How's it going, guys? It's Mr. Lo4f, and today I'm going to go and do, there's like a secret mission on this. You can see it in the top right, called Classified, with like 3 more locations to search. A guy kind of mentioned it the other day, I'll get to that in a minute. But basically, after you do that mission called Suspicious Activity, where you have to go and check like 3 places in the bottom right, eventually this mission pops up. I noticed it tonight in like the task giver, and yeah, it's called Classified. You got to like basically head to the sawmill. It's just a little bit lower than that. Over here was that Suspicious Activity one, which, like I said, yeah, this mission just doesn't even appear on the game until you do that Suspicious Activity. I was bringing too low. To be honest, that red loaf, he won't be hanging around for long. I think I just disconnected the winch on him, but at that point I was like, oh, we'll see. We'll see if he can hang on or not, but take a bit of a keen right, and he slips off. Yeah, basically, the other day, or probably about a week ago, someone messaged me saying something about, like, once they did a mission, it unlocked this other mission, and I remember at the time when I was replying about it, I thought he was on about something else, and I said, oh yeah, I know, yeah, like, I know what you mean, and then a day or so later, it just clicked in my head. I was like, actually, I don't know what he was on about, so I kind of went and read what he was on about. And yeah, he basically said when he did that Suspicious Activity, he unlocked some of the missions. So I went to my main playthrough. I hadn't done Suspicious Activity now. I did it the other week on a live stream, but I did it on the modded playthrough, just near the end. So yeah, the other night, while like between making videos, I went and did that Suspicious Activity mission. And I think for some reason I thought then the next mission would just appear on my list of missions, but obviously you need to unlock them first, so I kind of just didn't think any more of it. And then tonight, just as I was flicking through, checking what trailers and everything I've got on the map, just taking stock of the place, yeah, I've seen in the task giver a new mission called Classified, and obviously that's what he must have been on about. And then after you complete that one, he was saying like you unlock something else. So anyway, I'm now taking, yeah, Dolphin and Lo4f, pretty good pair. There's that bloody P12 for that, only for the worthy. Like I said, I'll make a separate video on that. I need to have a little moan about that stupid mission. But yeah, so Dolphin and Lo4f, I'm on my way now. This is basically down to the sawmill that I'm cutting through. And yeah, like I said, it's not showing up on my just list of missions because I've not accepted the mission yet. And it's pretty easy to get to, nothing too mental. But for a lot of people, you might not, again, a bit like I just kind of didn't really pay too much attention. You might have just completed that Suspicious Activity or whatever, moved on and not really thought much about it. Especially as like it just kind of blurs into it or whatever. So, I can't even read this on my screen, but I went and took a screenshot. So, it says, Classified, how'd you find me? Never mind, I think the government knows that I'm after them, so I had to move, but I can trust you. I have discovered paranormal activity again. Treetops mysteriously disappear at night in the spots I've marked. Please go on, please take a look at that place. So, once you accept the mission, yeah, these 3 locations appear. That first one, there's a second one near Only for the Worthy, and then this one. So it'll draw me lines that I'm going to do. I'm going to go to this one first because it's kind of on its own. When you get there, there's sort of a load of bushes. I was like, sod it, I'll ram my way in. Not the first time I've had to ram my way in a bush. Yeah, the second one I'm going to cut over here, and again, it's kind of just surrounded in a bunch of trees. It'll make more sense a little bit later. And then, yeah, check that area. Zip up here. Again, you're near the Only for the Worthy thing and the sawmill. And then the last location's there. So, yeah, we'll go and check them out. Again, it's just another, like, exploration mission, really. So, I'll be honest, when I completed that Suspicious Activity, I didn't particularly have, like, a detailed read of what they were saying. I'm sure they were paranoid about something, so... yeah, I don't remember any hint of, like, the government are after him and paranormal activity and all that, but we'll go and check it out. These are driving around down here. I mean, I've not done the rest of that Only for the Worthy mission, but I assume after you've got it out of the little ditch it's in, which is a pain in the arse because, like I said, the legs of the crane just stick in the floor and like anchor it in. I assume you've got to tow the P12 over all those stupid little bridges and round all these annoying little corners. Like, yeah, I think it's going to be one of those missions that I'm not going to be keen on. I'll probably just restart the mission and do it again. But anyway, we'll get to that at a later date. So there's the first thing I've got to get to, and now, yeah, I tipped. Long story short, I could have just flipped the Dolphin because the engine was running. I wanted to try and get the loaf in the sideboard at the same time. Knowing what I know now, to be honest, I should have left the loaf out of the sideboard. This was just another way. Just thought I'd leave it in quickly just to show you, like, different ways of getting trucks and that into the back of your sideboard. I kind of got his wheels hooked over the sideboard because I could see that like hill on an angle. That helped him slide into the middle. Definitely what she said. And then yeah, a couple of winches, flinged him around and he's good to go. But like I'm saying is when I'm here now, as you can see, there's trees everywhere. I just cut a bit out, but I was trying to wedge the Dolphin through. It wasn't having any of it. Plus, yeah, it was just a bit awkward. I thought even if I get in there, I'm probably going to end up getting hooked and stuck with the sideboard and all sorts. Right now, I think I was contemplating life. Had a quick check at the map. That's what I'm saying. What I would have done, yeah, is, or what I should have done, is just left the loaf out the sideboard and zipped the loaf in there, because that would have been able to, like, slalom its way through all the trees and everything. So in the end, I'm still with the Dolphin. I kind of just went round, I suppose, to the left a bit more, really. But again, as you can see, it's not ideal for any kind of trucks. But again, stubbornness is also can be a wonderful thing. I will get this truck in there, out of principle. But yeah, between like the camera angles and all the rest of it, it's not that good. So we hit it, you look around, there's a load of tree stumps. I mean, this guy's got a funny definition of tree tops. He said tree tops were missing. If I owned trees and I came back and there was just them left, I would consider that like my whole tree has been stolen, not just the tree tops, but whatever. But yeah, that's the I suppose the dodgy activity. Is the trees missing in the middle of nowhere. Get out of there. And yeah, we'll get heading to the second one. I was going to say as well, yeah, like I said, normally tonight I'm doing my live stream. My internet, the whole thing was just blanked out, like beyond my box. It does it every now and then, rarely. Yeah, it just goes in the middle of the night. I don't know if it's because they're fixing something, updating something, whatever, but it's like every now and then it just seems to get turned off in this village, and it's like I can not only not pick my box up, like my granddad's box, there's a few other people that live nearby that I can normally pick theirs up, and everyone that's BT was just missing, so it was beyond anything I could do. So yeah, I'll be doing that live stream, I suppose, later tonight / tomorrow or whatever. But as well, I was thinking I might end up changing the live stream days to Saturday anyway, because yeah, living in England, I suppose people are somewhere between 12 hours behind me and 12 hours ahead of me, roughly. And obviously on a Friday, that could end up being like Friday sort of afternoon, but quite early afternoon for some people, etc, etc. If I did it on the Saturday, then it's going to be Sunday, say, for people in Australia, and it'll be like Saturday kind of night and stuff for people who are sort of behind me and everything. So it might, I'll see, but I reckon it might work out a bit better that way. Yeah, I mean, climbing through here, it's just this little section at the bottom where you got to keep weaving through trees. For the most part, there is little, albeit muddy, sections. See, there's another random set of logs there. I mean, one of them must have wanted an autograph off the loaf or something, because it come flying at him. You shove one log up the loaf's arse and suddenly they all want a piece of it. Yeah, like, driving around here, it's not too bad. But like I said, those logs, they're not marked on the map or anything. Which is a bit weird in a way. Like, it's kind of cool that they're there and you can grab them. It sort of, in a way, makes more sense, because obviously with logging, you're not just going to get every log from one place. You have to kind of move around wherever you're chopping the trees down. But it's a bit weird that they didn't show us the locations in the game, because, yeah, like the ability to just one-off scout little areas of logs would probably, I don't know, it's just a little bit of an extra option on top of just the log stations. So again, you can see when we got to this second one, it's on a bit of a steep hill. You can, like, again, I should have just, what I would do, knowing what I know now with this mission, I'd take the Dolphin, or, you know, whatever floats your boat, Taiga, all sorts, and then I'd take a loaf with an autonomous winch, because then no matter what, if you flip, he's all good, he can flip himself. And I would tow the loaf behind the Dolphin, or whatever truck you take, and then, like I said, go get the mission, drive near to the first one, pretty much where I rolled the Dolphin, send the loaf in, bring it back out, winch it back to the Dolphin, drive to this second one, or again near it. At that point I would leave the Dolphin, just drive into here with the loaf, and then again drive out the other side and then zip off like to the last one. You can see now I rolled with the Dolphin because I kind of overcooked it around the corner. Long story short, I was messing around a bit trying to flip the winch. The not just the autonomous winch feels extra weak as well tonight, but the big crane as well. I couldn't even lift the loaf with it earlier. Like, I mean, fully retracted big crane. Couldn't winch it off the floor, couldn't lift it. It took a lot of jiggling around. So, I don't know, maybe... I always notice, like, we're obviously not too far off the Phase 4 update coming out. And every time, about a week or so before, little things were happening in the game. And I reckon they must be, like, stealth adding things in preparation for Phase 4, and one thing it seems to have done is, like, yeah, even further weakened, like, the winches and the crane, because I was just not having too much luck with it earlier. So anyway, a lot of faffing around with the loaf because I was on a right mad hill, but he got there, he knows what he's doing. As you can see, another patch of tree stumps in, like, just the middle of a forest again. And yeah, like I said, this time there's no point. I could drag the Dolphin out there, but there literally just wasn't any point. I kind of realised by now that the third place I go to will no doubt be like jammed up with trees, a bit awkward to drive the Dolphin in, and I'll end up sending in the loaf anyway, so I may as well set off with him. We enjoy a bit of loaf time. As you can see, he's motoring along like a good one. You're best off in the end, like, instead of driving down the actual tracks the game offers you, to just kind of drive on either side of them for the most part. And once the loaf's motoring along, mostly it's in 5th out of 6 gears. It's yeah, not that far off the speed of all the other trucks anyway, to be fair, on places like this anyway. Well, if you usually I've got the trucks in high gear. So anyway, to me right was the P12, to me left is the sawmill. And again, like I said, it's just a bit trees surrounded everywhere. To be fair, the Dolphin would have got this far pretty easily, but as you can see, there's more tree stumps, and the Dolphin, well, a lot of trucks really do not like tree stumps. And neither does the loaf, but at least he's able to swerve his way around them. So this says, why would anyone chop trees in the middle of the forest, and where did the chopped trees go? Carter vanished yet again, leaving behind an envelope. 240 XP, not really bothered about that. 4,200 money, not too bad for scouting 3 areas. Yeah, and then this unlocks another mission. So once you've done that, if you go on to your task giver, and then now there's a mission called Invasion over here at like that big radio tower. There's one of the last watchtowers I got. I believe it's also at the end of the contest called Slalom, ends somewhere around there. So yeah, I'll go and check that out, and I'll get that in a up and coming video. But that's about it for today though. I hope you've enjoyed, I hope that helps. Thanks for watching, thanks to our Patreon members. And speaking of alien technology, teleport my little loaf back to the garage. And yeah, I'll be back soon.